Let's bring in JP Holeman. JP, what's going
Hey,
on?
Chip.
How are you? Good to see you. Tell people about SCORE.
So SCORE is awesome. It's what we believe is that small business is the backbone of the American economy. So we help small businesses.
Time out. Up high, right? That's right. Okay.
We help small businesses either get started or improve through providing resources, resource partners like banking, helping getting financing, helping write their business plan, doing all the steps necessary in order to get a business started.
And get it started right.
That's correct.
Yeah,
get it
because
started right.
a lot of people start businesses, they start making money, and then here comes the real problems. Okay, because they weren't set up right. Tax ID numbers and things like that.
That's exactly right. Yeah, most businesses, they don't have the complete steps ready to go when they get into business. So when they start, it might be they're solving little tiny problems, and that's how their business is growing. But eventually they hit to a problem they haven't planned for, something hasn't happened, and the infrastructure and the relationships really aren't there in place to get the business growing.
You've got my attention, probably a lot of people out there. Tell me about a situation that you've seen where exactly that happened.
Well, for me personally, I had a surfboard business down in San Diego.
Oh, how rough.
Yeah, it was a hard knock life. I had to go surfing every day.
Right.
It was pretty hard. My office was the beach. So, I did that. And, to get started.
You were making surfboards?
I made surfboards,
No
yeah.
kidding.
So it was fun. It was great. So I made surfboards for pros, local, surf shops, everything. So it was great. Actually, if you opened Surfer Magazine in 2007, the June issue, I had made every other board for the first 22 pages. So
wow.
I made a lot of boards, right? We're doing great.
You ever surf Steamer's Lane?
Oh, of course, Santa Cruz.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that, Chip. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so so we're going, everything's going great. At first, it's no problem. You're making boards, everything's going great. Eventually, you hit, boom, you get too much business, and you don't know how to actually handle it. So our business went through some troubles. We actually went, and our landlord for where our factory was a SCORE volunteer. So he helped us, and then he said, hey, you need to go and finish understanding all of business. It just isn't making surfboards and having fun. So we went down and got our education in business, both my wife and I. And that workshop, I think, was $200 or something like that for a mini MBA. And there was actually MBAs in there that were going, this is more valuable than our MBA.
Right.
So we come out knowing what to do. Since then, we've been able to start other businesses, have business success, increase the success of that business, expand. It was great and a tremendous resource.
Is SCORE a statewide agency?
SCORE's national.
National. Wow.
So, yeah, nationally right now.
How long has it been running?
I don't know. It's been a
Long time?
A while, yeah.
Okay.
So it used to stand for Service Corps of Retired Executives.
Okay.
But luckily they're changing that to be more modern. So, the retired executive doesn't necessarily know how to market on Facebook or how to market on the internet. So it's been really going and changing a lot. So it's been really spread out. We have great diversity in not only ethnic diversity, gender diversity, but also people being in business or not in business or retired. It's an extremely good example of when things go right, in my opinion.
How does it work?
Okay, so this is a good example. All right, so let's pretend you want to start a business. You want to make black water, right?
Okay.
So you go and say, okay, I have this fantastic product. How do I do it? So you go and say, I'm going to start my business the right way. I'm going to go down to SCORE. So you just go to the website, centralvalleyscore.org, and schedule a meeting with a mentor. The mentor is going to go and say, okay, this is what we want you to do, write a business plan, this is how you do it. They're going to work with you in writing the business plan. They'll also most likely suggest that you start what's called our workshop of simple steps. So it's just the simple steps you need to do in order to start a business, and it's training from experts in those fields. You
say workshop, and people are like, the brakes come on, okay?
Right.
It's because that sounds like school, JP.
It's similar to school in that you're going to get educated, but it's fun and it's interactive. So you're not just going to sit there.
How much time is involved?
It's only a couple hours once a week.
Okay.
So it's a 6-week-long program. On the 6th week, you get to ask a panel of experts. So you're going to have commercial insurance agents, commercial attorneys, commercial accountants, commercial bankers, things that you need in order to start your business so you can start getting the relationships. And these aren't the scrubs of their industry. It's the actual owners of the accounting firm and VPs of the banks. So you're going to be getting the top people in the region and getting those relationships with those top people, and building those relationships is really the big key to success in business.
And being that their passion is in a certain area, their knowledge is in a certain area, you're going to get something from them that you're not going to get from a school.
Right. Yeah, this isn't generic. These are people who've actually been in business. So this isn't going to be, okay, here's the theory behind it. It's going to be the actual practical, nuts and bolts, step-by-step thing that you need in order to get in business and have success in business. Our goal, our passion in SCORE is to not only start the businesses, but to keep the businesses in business. And that's what we're really there for. On the other hand, since it's not just talking about theory, we don't want people to go bankrupt doing a business that might not be an actual viable business.
So, person comes to you, wants to get in on the whole deal, and you go, well, maybe not. Maybe you shouldn't do this business because it doesn't sound like it's going to make money.
We aren't going to go and suggest that to them, but in the business plan process, they might and say, the hours of actually owning a business and what you're saying might not be for me right now. Or they might go and start meeting market resistance and say, why am I meeting market resistance? I don't really want to push further. And then the loss is significantly less if you actually have somebody there helping you, showing you all the stuff. It'd be like going and getting in your car and thinking New York, if you wanted to drive to New York, it's as far away as San Francisco, and you get to Texas and you're like, this is really not where I wanted to be. I wish I didn't have to go all this way. And then then it stops it before you're in the middle of nowhere without a roadmap, so to speak.
So, is there a cost to this?
SCORE is completely free except for some of the workshops.
What? It's completely free. Funded how?
Everybody's a volunteer, and then we are the resource branch of the SBA.
Okay.
So the SBA is funded through the U.S. Treasury. So for every dollar invested into SCORE, there's a 600,000% return on investment. So about every dollar invested into SCORE, we give $60 back to the U.S. Treasury, which is incredible, right?
That's pretty amazing.
That's unprecedented, in my
So
opinion.
when you say there's a cost for the workshops, how much of a cost? I don't want to scare anyone away out there. I want people that are listening to this to take it seriously and really think about doing this.
Most of the workshops are actually free. Different workshops have different amounts. So what we're working on is always keeping the cost as low as possible. I think Simple Steps right now is $80 for 6 weeks.
Wow.
Right. So it's super affordable, and then we're always
all the other stuff included.
All the other stuff is always included and always free. And tons of resources on there, really everything you need in order to start a business the right way. We also are the only region in the nation that has a Spanish Simple Steps.
Great.
So we also have Spanish mentors, everything, and then we're working on also Hmong right now as well. So incredible.
Those are awesome. Where's your office?
It's in downtown Fresno on R Street, on the 800 block of R Street, where those brick buildings are. In the same building as the SBA, we have a beautiful office, great training rooms. Lots of resources there. It's a beautiful setup that we have there.
You encourage people to just drop in?
No, you really want to have an appointment.
Okay.
Because you want a mentor who's going to be there to meet with you. So you don't want to just drop in on SCORE, but really drop in on the website and schedule a meeting right away if you want to get in business. That's really the best way to get a hold of somebody in SCORE and get really going. You're going to want to have that relationship with the mentor, one-on-one feeling and relationship. It's great.
That's awesome. J.P. Holeman from SCORE. I love what you guys are doing.
Awesome.
It's so awesome. Get a hold of J.P. if you want to start a new business, and go to SCORE and get some free education, darn it. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Stick around.